Hello. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here again, and I'm happy that for every time I come, there's always somebody here. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Oh, we are here. I am here too. I am here too. How have you been? How's been your week? How's been everything? All of the every well done, everyone. All right, so just for the purpose of introduction, my name is Funmilola Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Things Academy. It's an academy solely for girls, where by the help of God, we're able to help your girls to transition from girlhood to teenage and from teenage to adults seamlessly. So we have online curriculum that we run. Everything we do it to suit God's purpose for the lives of your girls, to ensure that your girls become all it is that they are called to be. All right, and then I am the lead coach there. We have other people that will do work with us. So if you have a girl, do well to refer your girls to our academy. And if you have friends, if you have friends that have girls too, please, this thing is a community thing. It's not just about you see you're working on your girl, and then no other person is doing that, just you. So we all have to come together. The way people from my tribe will say that it takes a community to raise a child. So create that community for your girl. That's part of what we'll be talking about today. So if you have anyone that's parenting a girl from age 8, there is definitely space for them at our academy. That being said, we're going to go right into the discuss of the day because of our time. I don't want to take up our time so much. And I'm thinking how we can do everything that we're supposed to do in less than an hour because of other schedules and all of that. All right, and then don't forget we do what we do. If there's anything that strikes you, chat in the comment section. That way it's a way of to repeat what it is that you have heard, so that when you want to forget, you know that yes, there's work to be done, and you just move. Thank you so much for always joining me. I don't take it for granted. All right, so we're gonna be talking. We're gonna be looking at how it is that you can make your girls live the higher life. What I was thinking, when I was just, in the course of the week trying to say, okay, what are we going to talk about today and everything, that's just popped straight into my head. I don't know why I think I was sleeping or something. It just popped straight into my head, meaning that there's such a thing as the higher life. And when we say higher life, please do not misunderstand me. I'm not talking about what you normally think is the higher life, what people would think. Let me use the language of the street now. They say balling. That's not what I have in mind. So the question is going to be like, okay, what is the higher life, and how can my teenage girl, how can she begin to live the higher life even right from now before she comes into adulthood? Like, I like to challenge young people anytime I come in contact with them, anytime I have the opportunity of speaking with them. I like to ask them, have you started thinking of why you are here? Have you started thinking of what you are here to do? Have you started thinking of what impact it is that you are here to make? And sometimes someone just go, someone just go, someone just go, they go the way they go, like not wanting to avoiding serious conversations. So even if they are avoiding it from they are avoiding conversation from their coaches, mentors, you are the parents, you live with them, you see them, so you can begin to be conscious. I call this thing conscious programming. You can begin to consciously program them for the higher life. And what is the higher life? Very simple. It's not far-fetched. The higher life is the life that is good for God, good for the person living the life, and good for people. That's it. That's it. So it's not in it's not in the things that we chase after, the cars that we build, that we but if you have drive, by all means drive your car. Of course, I also drive car, so that's not what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying that your life should be impoverished, or no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that beyond that, beyond the good cars, beyond the good houses, beyond all of the things that we have, beyond the connect, there's such a thing as what is good for God. Then what there's such a thing as what is good for the person. You that you're living the life, you know that you're living the good life, and there's such a thing as people benefiting from the fact that you're living. I don't know whether you have taken the time, whether you have taken time to just think of that. Some people you're just here to. I tell my teenagers, I tell them that you are not here to balance the ecosystem. No, that's not why you're here. You're not here to just. You're not here because God didn't have any other thing to do. You're not here because He didn't have any other. He was jobless. He didn't know what to do. That's not why you are here. You are here because there's a reason. You could not have been born. Definitely, there are a lot of kids that are still not born. But now that you are here, that means there is a reason. So what is the higher life? Why is it? How can I begin to help my teenage girl to live their life? Right. And don't forget this conscious programming. By the time they have that mindset from start, that's what they will take. And that's what they will take to adulthood. And that's where somewhere it said that train up a child in the way it should go. It is when it grows, not now. Right now, they're still, they're still faltering, they're still falling, they're still rising. It still looks as though we're not sure yet. So this is not a time. This is not a time that they will not depart. Right now, it may even be as though they're not doing any, I mean, they're not listening. Before I came on this live session, trust me, I have told my daughter, I said, I don't know. I don't know what it is that we're doing. But you know what? Am I gonna, because of that, give up? Am I gonna, because of that, say, okay, I'm just tired. I'm not gonna say anything again. I'm not gonna teach her anything again. I'm not gonna do anything again. Of course not. Because I know that this is not when she will not depart. When she will not depart, or when your child will not depart, or when your teenager will not depart, is when they have left your home. And then the things that they continue to do, or the things that the choices that they make from outside of, when they after when they have left the comfort of your home, that's when you're going to know as a parent whether you prepared them for the journey, whether truly they're going to live the higher life. All right, and I've told you the high life is simple. What is good for God? All of us, we are here because it is God's purpose. We are here because God wants us here, and He doesn't want us here feeling or balancing out the ecosystem. There's a reason. There's a reason. You know, I like to say this to the girls that there's something that will never happen. There's some things that will never happen because you never made a decision, before you never took a position, because you never did anything. I like to say to them, anytime I have the opportunity of gathering, because I physically I used to have the opportunity to really gather with them physically, and then we share all of these insights together. So I don't let that opportunity go without telling them. So at least, and I said to them, I said, was, if no one has ever told you before, I am telling you now. If God thought it was wasting time, He would not have bothered creating you. So how can your teenagers begin to? And you know what? The thing is that, don't forget, I told us in all the sessions that what you're seeking to achieve with your teenage girl is a mind shift. That you're targeting the mind through the heart. You're targeting her mind through the heart, using the heart to work on the mind. That's what you're trying to do. So that when she grows, so that when she begins to make choices, she would not. I look so much. I look forward so much to the time that teenage girls will not have to make costly decisions that will cost them a lot. I look forward to the time that teenage girls will get it right, get it straight, and just move. And if there's anything that propels me, if there's anything that makes me, do the things that I do, it is that once you align the mind of your teenage girl, there's a possibility. Trust me, there are such girls such as Esther. There are. So can we still begin to work on that, so that we don't, so that they try and error? Am I saying that they will not make mistakes? No. No. Am I saying that they will grow up perfect? They will all be perfect? No. But I'm just saying that there's something that we can do to make things, to make the quality of their life more enriching than what it is that the average girl has. And that's what we're talking about this evening. And how do you help them to achieve this higher life? Number one, teach them the honor code early and rightly. This is so, so important. Teach them the honor code early and rightly. I'm going to tell you what I mean. And then the way this thing plays out, when I have things to talk about, it's as though a life scenario will just play out, and then it will not reinforce. Oh, this is what I'm trying to say. I was somewhere this evening before I came to this class, and I saw young girls, 15, 16, 17. They went, and they're not even, the African girls. And then I got in, I got see did to the adults that were there, and then these girls were just looking the way I'm looking like this is the way they were looking right back at me, and I said, oops, yeah, that's it. And I said, oops. So this thing is really lacking. Teach the honor code early, and I'm not just saying teach your kids to greet. No, that's not what I mean by honor. Honor is, how do they carry people? How do they carry themselves? How do they carry you, the parents? How do they carry their siblings? It is from their home right there. The girls in my place right there, I keep telling them, I will not accept that you talk to yourselves in that manner, because I understand that honor will take them so, so far. So they can't be talking to themselves shabbily. Let's take it from there. Conversations. If there's a mantra in this house, if you call any girl in this house and you say, what does, they call me, what does she say? They say, let your conversation be seasoned with grace. That has become a mantra. So don't let them talk to themselves shabbily. You know why? If they are so fond of saying that, talk to themselves shabbily, talk to themselves anyhow, don't say that they are playing. No, after all, they're just playing. No, don't let them use the wrong words on each other. I years back, I know I'm not proud of saying this. I'm not proud, but I need to say it. So I told my daughter, I don't know what she did. And I said, how can you be so stupid? Somehow, 3 years after, she didn't forget that statement. I'm going somewhere with what I just said about they shouldn't talk to themselves shabbily. 3 years after, something happened. I said, Mommy, that was what you said. I said, how old are you? Your age is that. How old is the age? And then you remember what I said when come on. What am I saying? So now imagine an accumulated shabby words. Do you understand my point? Imagine accumulated shabby words that they just throw at each other. They say they are playing. No, that is what will master them. And that is when they get to the place of kings, when they get to where they should mind their words, when they get to when they should show honor, because it's not in there, it's not inbuilt. It becomes a struggle. Have you seen teenage girls struggle? I have seen them struggle with this honor thing. I mean, they talk anyhow to themselves, to their Have you seen when a teenage girl is standing up to them and say, because they didn't start early. So you can begin to start now. So let them know that in your home, your conversation will be seasoned with grace. I'm not saying that they will not flop, because they don't forget we're working. Exactly. I tell my kids, speak only when your words are better than your silence. Thank you. Is that added of the prophet? Thank you very much. This is corroborating what we're saying. Because why? You don't know where they will get to. Some people in my book, I mentioned something like that you don't know what your mouth can do for you, and then you don't know doors that your mouth can open or shut. So let them begin to, in the way they treat you, even the parents, in the way they even serve. For example, I made sure I told my teenagers, none of you must serve your parents and just go and fling the food on the table. Put in a tray, put water, do as though you are treating royalty. So let them know why, so that anytime they get any treatment lesser than that, something is going to kick in. Then they will know that no, I am getting substandard. And so without even saying anything to you as a parent, they're going to know that no, I shouldn't be in this place. Because they're so used to that treatment. They're so used to that treatment. So they can't take anything lesser, and then they can't give anything lesser. And trust me, most people are not looking for intelligence. Almost everybody is intelligent. People are looking for people that will show them that will treat them with honor, with reverence. That's who people are looking for. So begin to teach them early. The honor code, it will take them far. It will get, it's like a cheat code. It's what I call a cheat code. Honor is a cheat code. It's like, just the way you say mentoring is cheat code. A child or a teen that knows how to honor, something will happen once. They say, oh, don't you know that girl? Don't you know that lady? And it becomes a way of life. More importantly, when they accept anything lesser, they will know. Why? Because it has become a conscious programming. It has become something that is of second nature. It's like when you tell for example, right now, if you say a foul language to my child, she's quick to, I don't know whether you understand. Because that doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen anymore. It doesn't just happen anymore. So can we begin to teach our teenagers this thing so that they will know that they will deliberately, consciously choose their words? All right. So what is the next thing to help them live the higher life? Teach them that diligence has no substitute. Girls, oh girls, oh girls, oh girls. Diligence has no substitute to live the higher life, because see, I have come to understand that if you're not to be perfect, you have to be impactful, but you have to be ready and available. That is what I have just understood. It's my own life story, self. You're not to be perfect. You have to be ready, you have to be available. So our teenage girls have to understand this. So all these, I'll finish it later, and then they never teach them. Yeah, it has no substitute. No substitute to diligence. Just do it. The work has to get done. And we're not teaching perfection. We're just teaching readiness and availability. Because that's how you get diligence. That's how you move. Diligence and readiness and availability. So the more ready, the more available you are, the more diligent you become. So all these things, like all these half chores, half kinecon, all this half. Can we begin to take it out of their system? And you know what? This thing I'm talking about, I am also on that table. I challenge myself, Funmilola, you have carried this book, you're going to finish. Whether you like it or don't like it, anyhow you want to do it, you need to finish it. Not necessarily for me, but because I know there's a preteen in my house that is watching me. There's a teenager that is watching me. So when we do halfway, we're telling them that halfway is allowed. But you and I know that halfway is not going to get anyone anywhere. They think they may be able to get away with it, but they know. I have said it over and over again. Life will make excuses for our teenagers. So don't make that excuse for them. Don't make the excuse for them. So please let them understand that there's no substitute. No substitute for diligence. So that thing that they don't like, let them do it. They don't like the chore, let them finish it. Because what they don't know when they become, they don't know when it will become important. They don't know when it will become, that's the only leverage they're going to have. So whatever advantage, whatever leverage that you can give them, this is the time. No substitute. No. Except you're not ready to go anywhere. except you want to remain just where you are. But if you want to move, if you want to lead the high, if you want to do so, and I've come to find out, you can't be idle. You can't be idle, and then that's when opportunities will drop on your laps. You can't be a half-hearted person, a never finish it person. That's when opportunities will drop on your lap. It is when you are on it. When you're on it. Let me tell you something that happened to me maybe a couple of weeks ago. It was on a normal day. My coach just called me. And then as she called, she said, "Oh, I knew you would pick." And I just smiled. I didn't say anything. She said, "I knew you would pick." And then she gave me instructions, this, and we just moved. Why? Because that is, see, it's not about trying to you see, I have seen people. That's why I wish that we had even started this journey years back. I've seen people that move. I've seen people that move. They just move. So let our teenagers begin to have right from our house, right from our as young as they are, as they let them know why. That is what is going to set them apart. I was just another example. I Okay, let me leave that. But what am I trying to say is that please let them know. No substitute for diligence. Whatever they start, they have to finish it. It's their mantra. Anyway, anybody close to me knows. Whether you are, I don't care. You will finish it. So the book is so dry. I don't care. Finish reading it. Because why? It is that all of that. What are you trying to do? You are preparing them. You don't forget this first 0 to 18 years. You're preparing them for life outside of the 18 years. So don't prepare them as though there's chance to come back. There's no chance to come back. They can only come out to come and share memories. Some of us now, can we go back to our parents' house to say, "Mommy, be home and train me again"? No. We only go there now to say if you have, even that's if you have the opportunity. Some of us, our parents are no more. Some of us, we have just grown and we have not had time to go back to base. So there's going to be a time that they will no longer have that opportunity to come back to base. So diligence has no substitute. You have a teenager in your home, you see that there's a gap. Please, they will struggle, trust me. They will struggle, they will revolt, they will not like you, but it doesn't matter. You know what you're doing. You know that you're preparing them to have the higher life. Have you seen girls that have had, that have had to do things that they didn't have to do because they were lazy, because they were not diligent, because they were not put together? Let that one not be your girl. Let it be that every advantage that you are able to give your child, you have been able to give him, then you have given him. Let it not be that because it is because of something that could have been, something that you could have done and didn't do. That's what led to this disadvantage. No substitute no substitute to diligence. Start something, finish it. Am I saying perfection? No, I am saying excellence. It is on continuous doing that journey of excellence comes. Continuous doing leads to excellence. I like somebody to put that for me in the comment section. That continuous doing leads to excellence. Continuous doing leads to excellence. So let it be ringing in their head. Let it be ringing in their mind, in their brain. Continuous, do them do it continuously. Whatever it is that you see that they are struggling, please don't just leave it. I know where mine is struggling. You will know where yours is struggling too. So please don't just leave it. Don't say, don't gloss it over. If you gloss it over, we'll meet it. Continuous doing leads to excellence. The more they do it, the better they become at it. There's no substitute. So much so that anywhere they are, there must be a difference. I mean, right now I'm in a space that is different from what I've been using for the last 13 or 14 work what is it, work life? I mean, work here. What do they used to say it? But somehow, my line managers, blah blah blah, and people that matter, that are supposed to, they know me. They have never seen me face to face. How? It's because this is what I keep saying. It is what you do today. That's what you do tomorrow. So don't just give room. Don't give room. Let them know that there is no room to this thing. It's not for them. And don't remember what I said. They will struggle with you, but don't mind the struggling. One day, I said, one day you just call me and credit my account with so much money just to say, "Mommy, thank you." I used to say, jokingly, I say those things to her. All right, I hope we're learning something. So the next thing for them to live the higher life, teach them excellence persistently and not perfection. What I've just said now. Excellence, and that should be you're not saying it should be perfect. No, I'm just saying, what is excellence? Excellence is giving it your best possible shot. That's excellence as far as I'm concerned. Giving it your best possible shot, so that if it needs to be amended or corrected or whatever, it will just be minimal. Not that you say to a girl to go and wash a plate and then you come back, wash it all over again. Come on, that's not going to set her apart. So she keeps washing it again. She keeps doing it again and again and again until she knows how to do it well. The girls in my house, they are aware. Say, "Who did this thing? It's me or it's not me. Okay, can you go and do it again?" I see that my daughter struggled to sweep. And me, I like to do chores. So I make sure, keep doing it. Keep doing it. The more you do it, the more excellent you become at it. So that's what you should teach. We're not teaching perfection. No, we're just teaching excellence. And what is excellence? Excellence is giving it your best possible shot. I like somebody to help me put that in the comment section. Excellence is giving it your best possible shot. That's excellent. Excellence is not cheating yourself. Those kids know if they have done something well, they know that they have done it well. If they have not done it well, they also know. So that let's not make excuses for, because hey, if I say this thing about life not making excuses, it's because I know what I'm saying. It's because I know what I'm talking about. It's because I know what I'm talking about. So let them teach them excellence persistently, not perfection. So you're not saying, for example, this. I'm not saying you should lay bed one time and then you get it. No. But what I'm saying is that one time that you did it today, you didn't do it well. Can you go back to it tomorrow? Can you not say, "Oh, mommy, I'm done. I don't want to. I'm not. I don't want to do it again." Can you go back to it again and again and again and again? And that is teaching excellence. And you know what? The same thing is going to translate even to the academics. So do you see why all of these things is not even, since I've been saying this, I'm not sure I've come to say one day to say English or math. No, when all of these skills are built, it's going to show in the academics. It's going to show. So let them do. So for example, you have a challenge in a particular whatever. Can you go back to it? Can you go back to it? Can you go back to it? One day, if you don't give up, and that's what we have to teach them to. Excellence. You just continuously doing perfectly. I mean, continuously doing it. Don't forget, it is not perfection, but it is giving a task your best possible shot. That's excellence. We have to make it. And don't forget, I told us that prefrontal cortex, that the part of their brain is right there, right in the front here. According to medicine, according to teachings of science, that is the part that is responsible for their decision making, for their thinking, for their thought process, but it's not fully formed. So that is why they will struggle. Let me give you an instance. I said to my girl, I said, your coach has required you to do a video. This is how you should do it. I didn't even say this is how I just said to her, this is whatever it is that you have learned, go and put it in video. And then she is a video. If it comes online, she's going to like it. She's going to like, hey, mommy, see. And then she was whining. She was complaining. How that she has tried it one time, two time, three time. Is that how many times? Imagine, not even look at her face. I said, if you know that you want them to use this thing, do you think that you would use this thing? And then she grumbles, and then she goes, and then she goes, and then she comes out with something better. So that is the way it is. Consistent practice of doing what is right. Consistent practice of doing what is right. So don't let them get away with half things. Don't let them get away with it. That is it. Don't let them get away with it. They didn't do it well, it's fine. Can they go back to it? Because that's, like I said, that is the only thing that's going to make a difference between them. It will make such a difference between them. And the way with the generation of people that are raising people these days, they don't want to offend their kids. They don't want their kids to feel sad. It's okay for kids to feel sad. Oh, it's perfectly okay. Mine feels sad. It's okay. But what is the reason for the sadness? But if it's about chores, if it's about trying to make them better, please can you not don't let them get off the hook, because that's what a girl would not. It is only a boy. Because of that, a boy has a competitive spirit. So it's only a boy that may tend to, want, without nobody even pushing. A boy might want, because it's natural in boys. They want that to be, they want to be the one at the forefront of everything. But your girl will likely want to push it to the next person. So if you're now relaxing, it's going to backfire. Child, it's going to backfire. So can we please, don't forget, I told us, living the high life is a life good for God. There's a reason that they are here. There's a difference that they are supposed to make. And I said in our last class, if you at least can't get other girls, can we not lose our own girls? All right, so I hope we're learning something. All right, the next thing is you teach consistency and the power of staying. Teach consistency. This staying of a thing, begin to teach it. And let me now tell you the flip side of it. What is consistency? I'm going to tell you consistency. I carried a book. I said, I'm going to read it and finish it and do a summary. Then I drop it. Then I don't finish it. Then I never come back to it. Then I never come back to the summary. I said, I'm going to sort my wardrobe. Then I go there and I do it halfway and I never finish it. I never come back to it. Just doing it, just not putting roots down. Consistency is putting roots down. That's consistency. Wake up. You don't feel like it. Oh, You don't, there are so many things I don't feel like doing, but I know that I just have to do them, because if I don't do them, there will be a gap, and I don't want gaps. So I just, because nobody likes, everybody likes, what's that word now? Baby girl life. An average woman, an average person likes baby girl life. But we know by reason of understanding that that's not how life plays out. So teach them consistency and the power of staying. Starting something, finishing it, it can never be overemphasized. Consistency. Consistency. Finish what you start. Finish what you start. Stay, don't give up too soon. Don't give up too soon. Yeah, put roots down. That this thing, this slang that we say in Nigeria, that we die here thing, that is it. It won't come easy to a girl. It will not. It will not. It will not come easy to a girl. It's not her fault. That's her makeup. Especially that teenage. Especially that teenage. That hormonal imbalance is so strong in them. So sometimes they just want to lie down and do nothing. I told you my history of teenage. Yesterday, my teenage was my mother was so terrible because I was so lazy. I didn't understand why I was that lazy. I am just getting to know it. Years after I become a parent, years after I started becoming intentional about my journey, was when I understood that it was because I was growing. My period was coming. Everything was doing me. I didn't, and on top of that, one woman is now saying, go and wash, go and sweep, go and fetch water. So, of course, I shut down. So that's why I'm able to, and you're all, most people here listen to me are women. So we have also gone through that stage. So, but we pushed through. Same thing, your teenager will pull through. She's not going to die. She will pull through. But the thing is that, will she pull through stronger? Or will she pull through scattered? That's the question. That's the conversation. Is my teenager going to pull through stronger, or she's going to pull through scattered? That's going to depend on us. How are we going to help these teenagers? How are we going to help them? They will give you attitude. Oh, trust me. The attitude givers. That point, they will roll. I don't know how to roll eyes. They will roll their eyes. They will roll their leg. But let them put roots down. That's it. Because that is the only quality. See, there are so many people on the face of the earth. There are so many, you see, Nigeria, people, America, people, Canada, people, everywhere, people, everywhere, people. So how we just gonna not be the same with the rest? How we not just gonna just to be everything, everybody same? These are the little things. These are the little things. And because girls being the way they are, they want to excuse. And that's why you see girls, they can't keep a job. They do a job for 6 months. Oh, I can't cope. I can't deal. Oh, seriously? Seriously? Oh, that boss is too harsh. Oh, that boss, he talks to me in a way I cannot. And keep changing jobs, keep changing this, keep changing, and all manner of things. This is where it starts from. This is where it happens. So let's teach them to put their truths down. Because why? It's going to set them apart. Don't forget, the goal is to ensure a mind shift with your girl. That's the goal in your journey. That's the goal. To raise a girl that will raise others. That's your goal. And you can't raise a girl that will raise others when you're making excuses for them or when you are bailing them out. All right. I hope that we're learning something. I'm sorry, I am maybe a bit fast. It's because I'm trying to catch up with some other classes. All right. So now on this journey of the higher life, search out fellow sojourners on the path, right environment. Deliberately, intentionally put your kids, your teenage girls in the right environment. What do I mean? I'm going to say this. I'll use a story in the scriptures to illustrate this. Jacob had just one child. I mean, just one girl, rather, sorry. And her name is Dinah. And Dinah one day said she was going to go to her friends' environment. Environment. You are the one that will choose this one for your girls. Oh, you will choose it. You must choose. If they must journey the higher way, you must choose the environment. How do you choose the environment? By the time I'm done with this story, you would you pick what I'm trying to say. So one day she says to the brothers, I am going to go and see my friends. Environment, yeah. And then she went, and then she got there, and then she got raped, and then that was the last we heard of Dinah in the Bible, at least to the best part of what I have studied. That was the last. What happened? Wasn't that because she was in the wrong environment? If she were not in the environment of rapists, would she have gotten raped? You know the answer. So create the environment what you want for your child. Yeah, what you want for your child, and how are you going to know what you want for your child? I think we have had the comment in one of our past videos. What is my child's strength? What do I see my child do? What are you selling to your child? Begin to see for your child before your child can see for himself. That's why you are the parent. That's why you are the mother. That's why you are the father. So this child, what I've seen for this child, or what I'm seeing, this potential of this child that I'm seeing, who are the people that I think that they can be on that journey together, so that to make it easy. Imagine if Diana didn't have if she wasn't in an environment that promoted what happened to her, she would have escaped that evil, but she didn't escape it. So the same thing for you. Look out for people that you think are on the same journey with you, and that's why we say have a circle. Not everyone can be your friend. Not everybody can have access to you. Have a circle. Have people that you're on your journey together. Are you aware this thing that they say they do among the rich, their children intermarry, is deliberate? What are you thinking about? It's deliberate. They do it so that prosperity or that wealth or whatever will not leave their circle. That's why Anatadola will marry an Elumelu and this and that and that. It is deliberate. It's intentional. It's deliberate. So that's what I'm saying exactly. So look for people that believe in what you believe in concerning your child, and then let them begin to mingle together. Why? See, the time is going to come when your child is going to face attack for being different. Trust me. The child is going to come. Let me just say it, open my mouth and say it clear now. The time is going to come when your child is going to face attack because she's saying that I'm saying, because I don't want to have sex with you, because I want to preserve my body. She'll be seriously attacked. The time is going to come when your child will be attacked for saying, you know what, I don't want to do drugs, I don't want to do sex orgies, the time is coming. Let me now tell you your salvation in those times. Your salvation in those times will be that your child will not be the only one saying no to it. There will be other people that you have strategically placed in the life of your child. That is your work. That is your duty. That is your responsibility. So she doesn't struggle. She doesn't struggle so much to stay sane. Because she knows, oh, I'm not the only person. I'm not the only person. Nobody will do that for your child. That's why it will not be hard for your child to stay true to the things that she wants to do. Because girls are easily swayed. Trust me. Girls are, of course, we and I know that by now. Girls are easily swayed. Girls are easily swayed. So search out fellow people that begin to do that from now. So begin to deliberately see who is in my circle, who is thinking like my child. That means you need time to really watch your child. Then you need them to watch her friends, what school she's going to, what are the things that they are teaching them in the school. These are the things that you make you know that is my child in the right environment or not. You know what to do. Why? Because you are shepherding a destiny. Because you are at work in the life of your child. You are, working together with God as it were. So you have to create that safe environment for your child. That's why if they are saying, let me open my mouth and Kuku say it. That's why if they are saying that there's the party and then this is how they must dress. Girls of 10 years, utter neck and bomb shots. You will know that that's not a party for your child to attend. Are you perfect? No. Are you holy? No. You're just saying you're just trying to secure your own child. Because what's a 10-year dream, a 10-year-old dream and then you see them and then alter necks and bomb shots and then you say there are predators everywhere. Come on, don't expose your children like that. Don't. And if you know, so when you know that this thing is not happening to help my child, please don't make excuses to pull your child out. Don't make excuses. You don't forget you are the custodian of that destiny for that time. You are the custodian of that destiny for that time. I know my daughter comes on to say to me that it's something really bad about tattoo. Then I say, I don't know. You go search out. You go think. Let me know why you are thinking in that direction. And then she goes, oh, I think it's nice. I really tell me why you think it's nice. So I already know where I'm supposed to be putting my work. So don't make excuses. That's the word. Don't make excuses for if it's not in your child's best interest. Pull her out of that environment immediately. If you feel that she has friends that use swear words, that use words they're not comfortable with, or that does whatever it is that you're not comfortable, please you're shepherding your daughter's destiny. Put her out and look for a more viable environment for her. Look for mentoring clubs, look for mentoring so that they're teaching them the same things, they're learning the same things. That way your daughter is not going to feel the odd one out. I've told you that a 10-year-old girl, one of the girls I was mentoring, asked me that what should she do if they're asking her out. And I looked at the girl. No breast on her chest. Yet somebody's asking her out. So those are the times that we live in. How can you now afford to say, because I don't want to offend the person? What do you mean? Offend the person by all means. By all means. There are places that my daughter would never go to. Never. Why? I'm selective of my child's environment. Why? Because I want her to live the higher life. I don't want her destiny cut short or truncated. At least let it be that it's not because of your own negligence. Let it be that it's not because of your own I don't want to offend them. Please offend them. It's your child you're talking about. Are we learning something? All right. So I said, search out fellow sojourners on the path, then right environment. Right environment is very key. You may not be able to choose your child's friends. That's what my coach will say, but you can choose the environment. So choose the environment of your child. Deliberately choose it. Get them involved in things that will build them. Get them involved in things that will edify them. It will pay off. All right, the next one, because of our time, I said teach is closely monitored. I mean, it's closely to this. So teach the power of right association rather, and choices early. For as young as your child knows, as no matter how young your child is now, let them begin to understand that right association is key, and choices are even more key. Whatever choice they make, let them begin to know now. So it's growing up with them. So that you know what you're trying to do. You're trying to influence their thought process. So that the next time they want to choose something, they will pause and think. Have you seen seniors that don't pause and think? They just when there's a party, then they have gone. Then they say this, then they have gone. Oh, this is the latest trend, then they have jumped on it. This is it, they have jumped. They don't pause to think. Have you seen teenagers like I've seen several like that? They don't pause to think. But if you've been telling your child from now that every choice has consequence, every association has consequence too, that's what will grow with them. That's what will grow with them. Let them begin to understand it. Let them begin to know that they're not to see. If you're a Christian here, you will know the story. But if you're also Muslim, definitely it will be in the Quran. The story of Joseph. Joseph, I used to tell the guys and you say, Joseph is just 17 years old. And then he left the house. He left the house, no guidance again. That means what? And I think his mother died long time ago. So that means whatever teaching his mom gave him, whatever teaching his dad gave him, the moment he left the house, that was the end. But because of, I'm sure, not I'm sure, I wanted to say I think, but I'm sure because his dad had made him understand the power of right association and choices early enough. That was why he was able to stand to Potiphar's wife to say to him that, hey, you know what? If you're going to have my cloth, have it. Then the Bible says that he rent this cloth, he tore the cloth and gave it, and then he ran for his life. How many of our girls, will be in a room with a guy, locked up, and then will insist that except you want to kill me? And don't forget, your child, your girl, doesn't have to even be in a room in the first place where they should be locked up. Association, environment that I just talked about. But just for any reason, how many of our girls will say, rather kill me than have a go at my body? Choices. Association. Do you see why? You have to start early, because these are the things that your daughter, and this is just an example of the challenge that this is a very common example. Most girls have sex outside of their will. That's the fact. Most girls have sex outside of their will, out of ignorance, out of whatever, at least their first time. That's the fact. That's the honest fact. But because they think that you should raise a girl that will be bold of her choices, whatever it is. Bold to stand and own and say, this is my choice, this is my choice, this is what I have said. That is what you should be doing, not buying clothes. I'm not saying that you shouldn't dress your girls. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying put stuff on their inside. Right association, teach it early. Choices, teach it early. Let them know that, you can choose to do whatever, but know that in doing whatever, there is consequences. Let them understand. I'm going to rush now. Now, teach them discernment from goers. And please don't forget, something is striking you, put in the comment section. That's how you know that we are learning together. So teach discernment from goers and non-goers. What do I mean? People that are going somewhere and people that are not going anywhere. Your child must be able to know how to, and then sieve a friendship or association as it were. They have to know. You are the one to teach it. How? I'll tell you how. They should not be in the company of people that are mocking, people that annoys authority, people that sees what authority does as wrong. They are teenagers like that already. They mock fellow teenagers, they mock themselves, they mock each other, they mock everything mockable. Then they are annoying authority. Your teenager has no business being among those people. They're not going to go anywhere except they take a detour. Except they take a detour. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. So your teenager must not be among the one that they will not be talking. They will be talking about a particular teacher. This is what she did. This is what she did not do. Your own child must not be among them. They call them non-goers. They're not going anywhere. Everything. And then people that rebel against authority, your child, teenager, if she's going to live the high life, must never be in their company. Must never be. So begin to say these things to their ear. Let them hear it. Let it enter their ear. Let it enter their ear. So that as they're choosing friends, they are choosing friends that align to them. So that as they're making decisions, they're making decisions that align to their values. This is what your work is as a parent. And you must stand your ground. So if they're having those conversations, you should know that it is time to sever your child from people like that. So don't say, oh, they're just children. What do you mean they're just children? It's not until they go and waylay a teacher, or until they go and bully and they go and do all sorts of things that they do these days. So please, usually if they're in diaspora, oh, they said don't talk to them, they said don't do this, and then they have just turned to whatever it is. I don't understand. Say anything anyhow to authority, mock. At that age, at that bracket, that's a sign of a child that's not going anywhere. They stand contrary to everything authority says. Everything authority says, that is what they are against. Say, no, I'm not doing the assignment. Why? I don't know. And then you let it slide. Or a teacher calls to say, this and this is what has happened. And then you let it slide. No, that's not the way. That's not the way. So teach them discernment from goers and non-goers. Is there somewhere in scriptures that, my child, if a sinner is enticing you, don't consent. Don't consent. You see, all these things is there in the scriptures. It's enticing you with words of mouth, with what to do, and this is what is in thing, this is what is trending. If they entice you, don't consent. Say if they are even seated like this, carry your chair. That's not pride. That is self-preservation. Why? Because you are on your way to journey to a higher life. So it's not pride. Let them say, she's haughty, she's proud, it's fine. But I'm not going to join you to mock, to insult, or to do whatever. I'm not going to join you. So teach your teenagers. They will not be the one that will be among people that will annoy other people, that will provoke other people to anger. No, that's not the way. They must be able to take their chair and sit far from people like that. Are we learning something? Don't forget, drop your comment in the comment section if something strikes you differently. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to teach process over outcome early enough. Teach process over outcome early enough. Process. Life itself is in process. Life itself is in stages. So it's not about you scored 100. No. Teach process is about, okay, you're going. You're getting it. You're getting better. You make a mistake, then you stand up. You do this, this is the next. Lines upon lines, precept upon precept. That's how they get to appreciate life. So don't let's rubbish process. Don't let's rubbish process. Don't let's say process is, the way they say it now, all is well that ends well. That's saying. Can we begin to look at it again? That's saying that it is everything as long as the end is okay. So what happens to the process before the end? It's part of the child's journey too. Don't forget, you're raising someone that can raise others. That's what you're trying to do. You're raising someone that can be a difference to others. So process over outcome. Let us not, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because that is the web that most of us are in, and that is what is choking the life out of us. They say last is until you what's the word now? It's until you arrive big. I'm trying to find the word, and I keep wondering who gives us these standards that we live by. Who gives us this pressure that we put on ourselves? And by extension, I've told us once that everything that we're doing, everything we're saying, is a projection on our children. They're saying that, okay, this is what is important to us. So can we also not cut corners? Can we not cut corners? Can we follow process? Can we follow process? Can we follow process? Can we let our kids be proud of their journey? proud of their journey, no matter how messy, no matter how imperfect it is. Can we let them understand that it is also part of their journey onto living that high life? Because why? What's going to happen when we do this? What's going to happen is that they are not going to what's the word I'm trying to look for now? They will not what's that what was I'm trying to look for this word now. What's going to happen when we put process over our tongues? That they will not rubbish, yeah, they will not rubbish other people's processes. Because as a leader, you can't rubbish anybody's process. You can't. You can't be saying, how come why is it taking you 10 years? Why is it taking you 5 years? Or why are you not catching up like the other person? And don't forget, you're raising people that's going to make a difference. So they can't be. So because they themselves, they have gone through process. They're able to understand, they're able to empathize with anybody that's also coming through a process. So you are the one to teach them. And that's why you see teenagers, there's this culture in Nigeria now. You see young girls. It's not as if they're not working. They're not working. They're not working. But they're using, I think the latest iPhone is iPhone 15 Pro Max. Maybe I'm correct. And then you wonder, their parents didn't buy it for them. Then the work, even if they're working, the work they are doing is not enough to sustain that phone, but somehow they are using it. That is outcome over process. I don't know whether you understand the breakdown. So that kind of a girl is going to rubbish someone that is working, and what she's able to afford is just a simple Android phone. Do you understand? So begin to translate that into the big things. Then you begin to understand what I'm trying to say. So, dear parents, process is important. So that's why your child cannot just come to you and say, "Mommy, I want this thing and I want it now." And then you start going from pillar to post simply because Almighty daughter has said she wants it and then she wants it now. What's that? What's even that? Don't conspire against yourself, because that's self-conspiracy. Don't conspire against yourself to go and now use your hand to mess up your daughter. What's that? And some of us, they know how to manipulate us. They know how to make us, they know how to make us bend to their wish. That is also jumping process. So, for example, if you have told your daughter that this is what we're going to work with this week in terms of budget, that is it. So she's not going to go and say, my friend in class, let her go and be parent, let her go and meet the parent of a friend in class. So process is important, because why? All of us are not even given the same level playing to start with. Not all of us are given. Not all of us are given. We didn't start from the same level playing ground. So if you don't understand that, how are you going to ever be able to appreciate somebody else's process? And then you'll not be looking at the person and saying, why are you slow? Why are you slow? So teach them. If they must live the higher life, we must teach them these things. Now, the second to the last I'm going to talk about is teach discipline early enough. Adults struggle with this a lot. A lot of us struggle with discipline. A lot of us struggle with it. And I've said it once before. I'm going to say it again. The fact that we have failed at something does not mean that we now lack the license to teach our children that's something that we have failed at. No. Rather, it's an instrument to teach them. So don't go and be saying, even me, I'm not disciplined. No. You go and be saying, okay, that means I have to also work on my own discipline too. Discipline. So that one that will beat them, that's not even the discipline I'm talking about. I'm talking about, staying true to something. I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to finish it. I'm good for that meeting, I'm not going to turn up late. I was rude to that person, I'm going to hone up. I was mean to that person, I'm going to be nicer. Discipline in all of the things that it connotes. Teach them. A lot of adults are so indisciplined, so indisciplined. So. And we only go to work because we know that if we don't go to work, we will not get paid. The day my coach said this, I laughed. Well, maybe it's true. So that is it. Let's teach them early enough. Because, the world that we're preparing them for is a world that will not say, oh, I understand. Maybe that's why I can't keep quiet. The world we're preparing them for is not the word that will say that to them that, oh, I understand. Let me tell you the word we're going to prepare them for. The word we're preparing them for is the word that is expecting them to fall into the trap that it has set for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the world that we're praying that they're coming to meet is the world that already set a trap, and they're waiting for who will enter, and they will use as scapegoats. May our kids not be scapegoats. May they not be scapegoats. So let's begin to teach it. So if you see that we're struggling with it, can we begin now to, if they're of that age, If they have that to understand what it is that you're struggling with, okay, you know what? Let us be each other accountability partner. And the easiest way to teach discipline, let there be structure, let there be routine, structure, so that everyone knows what is expected. So there's no, I did not know, girls, oh, girls. Oh, I did not know. It's not me. Oh. They did not tell me. I was not there. Girls. So that's the way to tackle indiscipline. This is time to wake. This is what just to do. This is what to do. This is what not to do. And for everyone, for every flouting, please let there be a consequence. We have talked about that severally. So let them know. Because I said the world that is we're preparing them for. If anyone can even put that one in the comment section, I'll be very glad. The world we're preparing them for is a world that is expecting them to make a mistake. That's it. Not the world that will make excuses for them. So let us not self-sabotage ourselves. Let's not self-sabotage ourselves. Let's not cheat ourselves. Let's not be in conspiracy by ourselves against ourselves. So that is it. The world that we're preparing, you're not preparing them for your flat, your duplex, your house. No, you're preparing them for the world. And that world is waiting for them to make mistakes. That's what the world is waiting for. So that they can say, oh, there's a gap. And we have time now. And I know girls will struggle with it. Trust me. But do you know what? The earlier we start, it's still not late. English people say that the best time to fell a tree was yesterday. The next best time is today. So we still have time. At least they're still in our homes. They're still in our homes. We're still seeing the gaps. Yeah, it's expecting them to make mistakes. That's it. That's what we're paying them for. That is it. So shall we now play into their hands? Is that not self-sabotage? Shall we play into their hands? And don't forget, we're raising girls that can at least raise others. I'm trying to see a generation of girls that they don't just follow the way girls are just following these days. I see them here because one person is smoking, everybody is smoking. Nobody is saying as though the brain has been suspended. Those are the girls I see. So can a girl just and say no? You can't force me to do what's wrong, whatever it is. So that is it. That is it. And by this what I say, you understand what I mean. They were at work. Now once you do that thing, there is a consequence for it already. So it's as though they are waiting for you to do that thing. So it's not so they will not make an excuse for you. My boss I used to work with, if you were late for a particular day, there's a percentage of your salary that will not be paid for that month. So that's what I mean by the world that you're preparing them for is expecting them to make mistakes. So can you remove your own daughter from that category? Finally, because of our time, I hope you have learned something. I hope it hasn't worth your while. Teach them to instrumentalize failure. Teach them to, if there's anyone that has failed in life, it is this girl that is talking to you. Oh, I've committed blunders. But you know what I try to do? Okay, what can I pick from these blunders? What can I pick from these mistakes? It's not the end of me. It's not the end of my life. So, in all of these things that your girls are doing, they will not turn out, 360, everything is okay. No, they will still commit blunders. But can they instrumentalize it? Can they pick from that mistakes? Can they pick from that failure? Because that's when, that's what about when you are strong now, strengthen thy brethren. I think it was Jesus that said it. Who did he say it to? I think he said it to Peter. I'm not a pastor, but that's it. Can they instrumentalize failure? Can they learn from it? Let them not fail because and become so dejected. So how are they going to comfort other people? Yeah? Let them not do something wrong and be like, I can't try it again. Oh, I can't try it again. And then just walk like this and then slouch their shoulders and then do as though the world is ended. They have to learn to instrumentalize failure. What can I pick from this? What can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? Where do I have to? The way you're about to say that if your loads fall, yeah, it teaches you how to repack it. So that your load fall is okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's life. Life happens. But can I pack it better in a way that it will not fall? So this is how they're going to live the higher life. I've mentioned 10 things. I said, teach them the honor code early and rightly. Teach them that diligence has no substitute. Teach excellence persistently and not perfection. Teach consistency and the power of staying. Search out fellow sojourners on their paths. Put them in the right environment. I said, teach the power of right association and choices early. Teach them discernment from goers and non-goers, people that they must run from, people that they must not even be part of. Let them learn. And I've told a few of how they can know. It is from the man's, it's when the man speaks that you know what is inside of him. So teach them. They should be able to dissociate themselves from such people. Teach them process over outcome. Everyone didn't start on the same place. Teach them discipline early enough. Then finally, teach them how to instrumentalize failure. Don't forget, we're raising girls. That is my commitment. We're raising girls that can at least raise others. Not girls that just, just walk, everybody buy in the ditch. That's not what we're raising. That's not what God committed into your hands. When God gave you that special girl, He gave you that special girl to turn the world around. And if you just put our beats, I know that our girls will turn the world around. I believe in you. I believe in your process. I believe in your journey. I am really so sorry I'm in because I have other classes that I need to be inside. All right. Once again, thank you for coming. Yes, we are raising girls that can raise others. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The comment section is full of fire. I'm very happy. And don't forget, all this I will say, if it is just one that you pick, please pick it and run. Just small. You may not see the results. Oh, you may not see the result. It doesn't mean that it is not working. It is working. It is when they grow. That's part. I'm rooting for you. My name is Funmilola Williams, and I'm that coach that you want to refer your teenage daughter to. And we are Twitter Academy on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. And then please like us, share us, subscribe to us, comment to our chat, and the things you can go on to see the things that we've been doing for girls. Thank you so very much. I really have to go now. I'll be in your face again, God willing, next week. Thank you. Continue the conversation right in the WhatsApp community. Bye bye, and I appreciate your time. Thank you, and bye.